Good.
You over there having fun?
I hope it's working. We'll see. I'm not familiar with the camera, so I'm really hoping. Okay. Recovered. I don't know.
She's back. She went to the baby's room. She's back. She went to the baby's room.
The guy that Hey Chuck, it's Jeff Fisher. Yes, it should start.
Share for you.
Hello.
Let's do it. You do a solid.
Maybe I'll go see if there's one in there I can pull out. Are these
Okay.
I started to get a high chair.
Oh, so I don't have to delay on my appointments that I already have.
Text me and let me know that, oh, we need a piano, this and that, you know, you can't get somebody. Okay. Because you can't help her.
That's much better.
You said, when is it happening?
We saw your car up there. Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't say that. You're laughing.
This is so complicated.
No, I said we're saving one seat for Betty. Next to you don't have to sit with Betty. You know everybody here. Yes, you all do. That's Sean. In any case, they're all members of the board.
Congratulations.
Jackie, Jackie, Jackie. Yeah.
If you want to, sure. And then I'll put you on in her brother bed. Yeah, I don't think you can get in there.
There you go. I didn't know if one of these would fit in there. Yeah, brother.
Excuse me, sorry.
That, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Just, you can look right in. You can talk to me, whatever you want. I just think Andy Warhol. Just whatever happens. Yeah. Hopefully no crimes.
These are gift bags, so grab one. Like if we're out of number, you're going to grab one.
a word? Do I need to go up on stage? Yes. Okay, can I ask you to guard because it gets kicked and it's steady on.
Okay.
Well, I can't tell until she sits down. I'm trying to. That's the microphone up there?
Yes.
Yeah, I have to get this recorded. Okay. If she could sit down, that would be great. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
But anyway, I don't know if you have something.
Here's our little good bag.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
You want to sit here or where you sit?
We're too quiet.
So somebody was anybody sitting there?
My name is Gabe Ross. See, you don't know. This is check mic. This is members of the Cultural Alliance. But today I'm here with the video crew who is taking this for the Oral History Department at Banyan Library. Friends of the Library, our productions are sponsored by Sunway Country Club Trust and the International Excalibur Foundation. So, thank you. I'm getting mostly the backs of your heads. I hope that's okay. If any of you have a problem with me taping you, please come tell me. And I will avoid taping. Thank you.
We started coming here with Betty.
I'm doing it Andy Warhol. Okay. Because I just have to, you know what I mean? Thank you.
Hello. I'm your moderator for the moment.
Man.
My name is Sabine Rudolph, and I'm so blessed to have you all here with me today. This has been 2 months in my planning, and it's just wonderful to see you here. So we're going to start this off on time. The history of African American music. From the lyrical cries of black street vendors in 18th century New York and Philadelphia, to the contagious dance rhythms of the Motown sound, African American music has been heard at all times and in every corner of the world. African American involvement in the nation's music making has influenced every genre of American music, helping to create a sound as distinctly American, mirroring both the hardships and the triumphs Black Americans have experienced in the United States. Their music has profoundly influenced the lives of all Americans and served to shape national identity. Now, the music generated in Africa. The first Africans transported to this country reflected a long history of distinct and cultivated musical traditions from a variety of ethnic groups. Some brought musical instruments with them or built new ones in this country. The banjo was one of the African instruments that continued to be built and played in America. Africans in America also made from whatever materials they could gather many types of drums and percussion instruments. Slaveholders, however, eventually discovered that African slaves were using drums to communicate among themselves, and by the 1700s, drums had been banned on many plantations. African American slaves on southern plantations demonstrated their own musical styles, which later evolved into gospel blues and what is now known as bluegrass and country music. Slave fiddlers often provided dance music for the southern white gentry, and the sound we know today as country fiddling is partially the product of the slave fiddler. Most slaves were not allowed to own instruments or could not afford to purchase them. However, using makeshift instruments and their own bodies, they created unique musical ensembles. African music continued to flow into the New World as a result of the slave trade, which continued illegally well into the 19th century, despite its official abolition in 1808. We have a section here on the Negro spiritual, and I'm going to introduce a fabulous singer who's going to give us a spiritual. But let me preface all of this because he is just so cool. Negro spirituals are songs created by slaves. This stolen race was deprived of their languages, families, and cultures. Yet their masters could not take away their music. Over the years, these slaves and their descendants adopted Christianity, the religion of their masters. They reshaped it into a deeply personal way of dealing with the oppression of their enslavement. Their songs, which were to become known as spirituals, reflected the slaves' need to express their new faith. Spirituals were created and passed on orally. since these were a prohibition against slaves learning to read or write, the actual number of songs is unknown. But let me introduce to you a lady who is a true daughter of the church. She wanted to do a praise dance, but she's having some physical issues, and she has a unique way of doing a praise dance, but we decided to let her do a spiritual that will just knock your socks off. May I present to you Joyce Kelly, and she's one of the Kelly sisters who have been around for many a year and have done many spirituals, but the other Kelly sisters kind of fell down for COVID. And we have Joyce Kelly here that is going to sing for you.
Thank you for coming. And it's so beautiful to see everybody looking so handsome and so beautiful and gorgeous. God bless you all. Amazing grace, she'll always be my song of praise, for it was grace. I do not know just how he came to love me so. He looked beyond, yes he did, all my faults that he saw my needs. Amazing grace, she'll always be my song of praise, for it was God's grace that bought my liberty. And I do not know just how he came to love me so. He looked beyond, yes he did, all my faults and he saw my needs. I shall forever lift mine eyes towards Calvary, so I may view, I've got to view, I wanna see everything my Savior has for me. How marvelous my soul he shall find. He looked beyond, yes he did, all my faults and he saw my needs.
You want to take it over here? Yeah. When you lift it like this, these two are lush.
go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. In the meantime, so things are, how many of you know the Negro National Anthem? I know some of you not raising. She said Negro, yes. Beat me up outside by the car. Most of you know the first few lines, like you know the first few lines of the national anthem. So, let every voice get up,
Let's wait for I'm taking photos with
But your the audio is continuous, right? It's
Yes.
not interrupted.
every voice and sing till earth and heaven bring it the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Let it resound high as the roaring sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun, our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. I want to sing your verses if you don't hear. Lord of our weary, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places our God where we met Thee, lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world we forget Thee. Shadow beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land. And the church said, Amen. You may be seated. And by the way, that's just about the last time you'll be in this name during this. So stretch it out.
As we continue on with the Black History program, we're going to start with the rise of ragtime. In 1800, Scott Joplin, Maple Leaf Rag, enjoyed great success, selling over millions of sheet music copies. Ragtime became the first and popular form of American music in 1899. But ragtime was not new in 1899. Documents reveal that it was being played as early as 1870. The standard left hand technique of piano rag involves marital rhythm and marching band. And later during the early 1900s, it became the basis for the jazz piano style called stride. Sometimes I just learned about the stride and the catwalk and it's just something that you need to know. But as you go on, the coon song was a racist term used to describe the music of white minstrels and performing in black faces. In the act, there were supposed to be currents and imitation of black slaves. But face minstrels and popular entertainment throughout most of the 19th century was the first performed only by whites. Those blacks eventually formed their own minstrel. The great blues singer Gertrude Ma Rainey began her career in black minstrel known as the Redfoot Minstrel, where she was later joined by Bessie Smith. An early form of popular music, coon songs were written by both black and white composers. So as I'm going to introduce the song awarded winner, jazz singer, pianist, E. Evans.
Save your strength, you might need it. I'm gonna do a long range to, music of that era, that was sung. There were two important things in life. One was sex. Those people that laughed were uncomfortable. And the other was food. And anytime you can combine a song that the church people can go to the juke joints and listen to about food and sex. Here's one. Whoever said a good man was hard to find was positively, absolutely blind. I found the best that ever was. And here's some of the things he does. He shakes my ashes, greases my griddle. He churns my butter, strokes my fiddle. My man is such a handy man. Lord have mercy. He threads my needle, creams my wheat. He heats my heel, oh, and he chops my meat. My man, oh, how many of you are easily offended? Please raise your hand. Have delicate sensitivity. All right, I don't hear nothing about it in the parking lot. Is a handy man. I don't care if you believe it or not. Sure good to have around. Cause when my furnace gets too hot, he's right there to turn my dampers down. Oh, I'm sorry. For everything's got a steam. You ought to see the new starter he uses on my machine. My man, at the turn of page, is such a handy man. Yeah, there's more verses. Get comfortable. He flaps my flapjacks, cleans off my table. He feeds the horses in my stable. My man is such a handy man. Oh, girl, he's God's gift to women. Sometimes he's up long before dawn, busy trimming the rough edges off my lawn. Can't get away from him. He's such a handy man. These are the exact words. I didn't make those up. Never said he never has a single thing to say while he's working hard. I wish, I wish you could see the way he handles my front yard. That's right. My legs doesn't get a chance to melt away, 'cause he sees that I get a fresh piece every single day. My man, oh, you get it now? You all are such Presbyterians. My man, such a handy man. Ooh. The little girl that came along after Ma Rainey, because Ma Rainey was, ooh, she was hard. She was hard. And Ma Rainey died, sort of. And Bessie came along, and right after Bessie, Ethel Waters came along, but that's a whole other story. But this was a song that Bessie loved. And Bessie, kind of picked up the gauntlet, because it was, Ma Rainey had a handyman and Bessie had a kitchen. And butters by the left, servants by the score, footmen at the door, butlers, food maids galore. But one day her kitchen man gave us notice. He says, he's through. She cried, oh Sam, don't go. It will grieve me if you do. I love his cabbage, I love his hash, crazy about his sucker tax. I can't do without my kitchen man. I'm playing stride, by the way. Wild about his turnip top, I like the way he warms my shop. Can't do without my kitchen man. Are you tired of this stuff yet? I can smell it. Anyone else can leave, and I will only laugh, but it means so much to me. You ain't heard the half. Oh, his jelly rolls so nice and hot, never fails to touch the spot. I can't do without my kitchen man. Okay, pray for me. Pray for me. Oh, so sweet. Oh, how I like the sausage meat. Oh, it's getting worse. Ooh, I love my kitchen man. How that boy can open clam and no one else can touch my ham. No, I can't do without my kitchen man. When I need his donuts, all I need is a hole, and when he wants me, he can use my sugar bowl. Oh, his bologna is worth a try. He never fails to shine his spot. Oh, I haven't had a date in some years. Da, 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 da. I can't do without my kitchen man. Food and sex go together.
They know what's going on. Listen, what happened back in the day, with the ragtime. So here right now, we're going to get ready for a little blues right here. Blues is a music form originated in the Deep South around the 1860s by African American form a work song and spirituals. Work songs fill holler, short, chant, and rhymes, simply native ballads. The blues form found everywhere in jazz, rhythm, and blues. The rock and roll is characterized by the call and response. And 1-2 bar form. Now that's a beat. That's a beat. I guess my brother knows that because if you're in YouTube, you know what a 1-2 is. Okay, so right now, the first appearance of the blues is often dated after the ending of slavery and later development of the juke joint. It is associated with the newly acquired freedom of the 1970 hybrid form called the blues. Walking 2000 Blues, playing that blues system with rock music. So right now, we're going to introduce our lady that's going to sing a little blues. Miss Zena, that's our very own singing. Here we go. She's going to give us a little bit.
Okay.
That was not Congress, John. So when C sings, she gets down with the blues and stuff. So, Okay, we'll start with Chicago blues. Cultural changes in the social order happens because of migration. The history of the blues in the 20th century provided one example of link between black migration and cultural change. By the 1940s, a rich, thriving, natural blues culture embraced both rural and urban blacks because of industrialization. Industrialization brought about technological advances in recording, the growth of radio and black records industry, and the development of large urban black communities with money to spend on music. In response to such a change, blues traditions spread and came into the contact with one another. The second great migration from the Mississippi Delta to Chicago in 1940 produced a new blues form known as Chicago blues. Native to the industrial city, Muddy Waters became the leading innovator of a new style after he reached Chicago in 1943.
Zélie, come sing Life After Child.
This is a favorite that Billie Holiday made famous.
Them that's not shall have, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is new. Mama may have, Papa may have. God bless the child that's got his own. There's got his own. Yes, the strong get more while the weak ones stay. If the park is down, never make the grave. Mama may have, Papa may have. God bless the child that's got his own. There's got his own. Money, you got lots of friends crowding around your door. Way back when you're gone and you're spinning ends, they don't come round anymore. Rich relations, crust of bread and stuff. You can help yourself, but please don't get too much. Mama may have, Papa may have. God bless the child that's got his own. There's got his own. Money, you get lots of friends crowding around your door. But when you're gone and you're spinning ends, they don't come round anymore. First of you can help yourself, but please don't get too much.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna jump the.
Say he wasn't very far over land and sea. Very shy, sad around, but very wise was he. Then one day, one magic day he passed my way, and he spoke of many things, fools and things. This he said to me, yes, this is jazz, get over it. The greatest thing you will ever learn is to love and be loved. And then I loved. Duke Ellington. Mr. Duke Ellington, smooth one. Okay, jazz is through now.
Yes. Sorry, that was just going to do Ellington. Okay. We're next going to go into the next segment, which is gospel. The sound of today's gospel music has a long history of having been influenced by everything from ensemble performance of the Jubilee Singers during the late 1800s. In the early 1900s, to the predominant male gospel quartets and choirs of the 1930s and 40s. In the late 1920s, Thomas Dorsey began writing religious songs that combined and sustained lyrics quality of the spiritual with the more modern sounds of the blues. High signature songs like Precious Lord set the standard of early gospel music, known for its slow, expressive, almost unmeasurable pace. Precious Lord was popular by more singers like Miss Mahalia Jackson, the best known of the early gospel singers, famed for her expressiveness and musical interpretation. Later gospel singers like Shirley Caesar and James Cleveland won fame among the gospel enthusiasts for their inspirational and creative solos before choirs. Both Caesar and Cleveland excelled in technique and a tribute to Willie Mae Ford Smith called Summarizing. Summarizing involves the soloist's spoken narrative of a story, usually a spiritual redemption, either before and during the choir singing. The soloist joined the choir in singing and refrain either during and after the spoken narrative, and the songs ended with a soloist and a choir singing together. In fact, the gospel has a greater historical influence on popular black music than the reverse. Many soul and rhythm and blues singers like Sam Cooke, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston began singing in black churches and in gospel choirs. So I would like to introduce once again Miss Eve. She's going to sing the song.
No,
Is
no,
it Eve?
no, I'm not.
It's not your turn. Whose turn is it? Mr. Ray. What about Miss Joy?
We look alike.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Joy. You know what, Miss Joy? This here. Miss Joy is going to sing the song. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? I'll take you there. Remember that back in the day, like favorite singers, Miss Joy's going to get down with I'll take you there.
How y'all doing out there? Y'all doing all right? Is this a beautiful program or what? Why don't y'all put your hands together one time? Come on. Yeah, that is so beautiful right now. Let's put your hands together. Come on. Come on. Can't see you.
Alive to the races.
Now is the thing coming up, and she's going to sing.
Yeah, it's me
I need
again.
a little.
Thank y'all.
This is a unique little song that's quite humorous and serious at the same time. I need a little more juice. minute. Now we're gonna slow this down before we get to Mr. Darnell over there, because he's gonna speed it up real good.
What happened? Oh, yeah.
Don't get us started, you just gotta calm down.
God provides. So why do I worry about my life? When you come to my rescue 1,000 times, every other voice is a lie. Lord provides. God provides in ways I can't explain and can't deny. The little that I have, He multiplies. Just when I feel He won't show up on time, God provides. He'll come through when the clouds of doubt bring down on you and test everything you thought you knew. Now you finally see what God can do for you. So tonight, close your eyes. There's no more need to watch God provide. God provides. It's hard to say when there's no food to eat. What you see is all that life will be. And will this be another year of misery for me?
music. Popular. From the early slave owners to the black minstrel troops and the young African American have always been involved in American popular music. Each creation of African American popular music has been influenced by what came before. The popularity of the rhythm and blues in the 1950s was directly influenced by the early gospel music and urban blues. The singer Chuck Berry, Little Richard, transformed urban blues and into what became known as rock and roll. In the 1950s and the 1960s, record companies like Motown, Stax Records, and numerous groups and soloists whose work left a lasting mark in American music taste. Roots in the Motown sound, artists such as Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye transformed into the music called soul. Even though black artists whose music have been experimental and innovative have their roots in traditional black music. The rock guitarist, singer, and songwriter like Jimi Hendrix began his career in the rhythm and blues band, transforming the blues with psychedelic, high amplified, and improvisational guitar sound, and despite the emphasis on improvement and experiment. However, Jimi Hendrix's music always reflected blues sound. From 1900 to 1907, Billie Holiday and to the Scats, and it was drawn as well upon the Western African Caribbean rhythm. Thus, while black music always seemed to be created in something new, their work remains firmly and rooted in the long tradition of African music. So what we're going to do now is we're going to introduce our friend here, Mr. Darnell Brett. Am I pronouncing it right? Mr. Darnell Broadax. And he will be singing Ain't No Stopping Us Now.
I hear y'all talk about the history of the blues, right? How many of y'all heard of Lightning Hopkins? Let me see your hand. We're looking at his son right here. That was my dad. Dad saying I fool you. But yeah, I'm one of the descendants of Lightning Sam Hopkins. break it down. Right there, right there, right there. I mean, my dad told me a long time ago what made me start singing the blues. He was working in the cotton fields back in Texas. And he told me, he said one day, he just got tired. He said, I'm going to go pick another piece of cotton. You know, the first thing my dad made, he went and got chicken wire and a cigar box and put it together and taught himself how to play the guitar. And that's just a light that said, I'm the job. And then on, he went on. Another thing, my dad, he didn't like to fly. Everywhere he went, he had to drive. But back in the 60s, with Muddy Waters and Holland Wolf, all went over there to London, England. My dad was on that same doggone plane. And he said, I didn't want to fly, son, but all the way I'm getting on better, I had to go over that water. And I'm so glad today that my dad gave me the legacy. And I miss him right now, but he came a long way, just like all of y'all have come. And we're going to keep on moving, y'all. We ain't going to stop now. We can't stop. We can't stop. We can't stop. We can't stop.
If you had a good time, I can hear some people fell asleep. Have you had a good time? Have you learned anything new? I think next year we should do this in an amphitheater. Well, while Brother Darnell catches his spirit and his breath, there was an ambassador, Goodwill, in the United States. Of course, they sent him out there under the guise of being an ambassador, and they didn't realize that his name would live in infamy. And everybody knows his song. Oh, I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me in California, and I think to myself, and I know you think it at least once a day. What a wonderful world. Because this is a wonderful adventure that God has afforded. Yes. I see clouds. Oh, skies are blue. I will see the clouds first. Clouds of white. Bright, blessed days. Cold, sacred nights. And I say to myself, yes. What a wonderful world. How you coming, Brother Darren?
Coming along good.
Because I only got 30 bars to go.
Go ahead.
Colors of the rainbow,
Good
through
time.
the sky.
Yeah.
Thousands of happy Black History celebration people passing by and by. Friends shaking hands, they sing, how do you do?
How do you do?
What they're really saying, what are they saying, friends? I hear babies cry. I hate that part. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever hoped to know. And then I say to myself, what a wonderful world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I sing to myself. Wait a minute. Pray with me. Pray with me right now. God bless America. It's a prayer now. Land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light, through the night with the light from above, from the mountains. Did you see the snow? Through the prairie to the ocean, like before.
How many of y'all know that every time you go to the grocery store, prices going up? Every time you go to the gas pump, prices going up. You can buy a house today, and mortgage is steady getting high. Sometimes you go to your boss man, you ask him for a raise, he look at you like you're crazy. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? This little song right here. It's something that it wasn't on the agenda originally, and I was just thinking about the times that we're in now, and I saw this be quoted to this particular number. A friend of mine, he passed away years ago, Mel Waiters. How many of y'all know Mel Waiters? I've heard of him. He passed away a Thank you so much.
Bring it home. Jan White. There she comes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Here we go.
This Jan White.
We have Miss Jan White here who's going to,
Ready?
this one's louder. I just, okay.
Okay, I am Jan White. And I want you to close your eyes and think Maya Angelou. Still, I rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high. Still, I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes. Shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my heart offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come like a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. And a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise.
We have an impromptu speaker here, C.J. Wilson. Is the elder with the church. I met him when Morongo hired me to come sing at their church. And I've been so thrilled with meeting these musicians. Now, CJ wants to talk.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm from New Orleans, so we got a way to say things down there in the South. Miss Eve was talking about Louis Armstrong, an ambassador. I just so happen to be from that city of New Orleans. And everybody in New Orleans knows about Louis Armstrong. Most of us from the South, and especially in New Orleans, we were poor. P-O-O-R. I can't say it proper because I think all the hurt that I went through with my family being poor. But Louis Armstrong was raised in a orphanage, a boys' home, what they call a boys' home. That's where he was raised. And he got his first trumpet out of the garbage. Could you imagine out of the garbage that somebody threw away, he got his first trumpet. And from that time till he left here, he became world renowned. New Orleans to Chicago and the world. And as a Southerner, as a black man coming from that city, it makes me feel good to know the history. Since he was talking about it, it kind of touched me. And I said I want to let the audience know. They don't have this in school books on BET. You know, when you're from the place, that was part of our heritage, our culture. And I'm glad to be here today doing some Black History Month and being able to play Inez. This is Inez, my guitar. From New Orleans. But I'm glad that, God has blessed me from my child now to be able to do this. But you got these great musicians to share this with y'all. And the Holy Ghost through me, I am too.
Now, we want to finish this up. I don't know if Darnell can do it again, but we just want everyone to stand and say, after we rise, ain't nothing, I'm sorry, my brain just farted. Ain't nothing gonna stop us now. Let's go.
Yes, let's get up.
This is that.
Have y'all enjoyed yourself? Have you truly enjoyed yourself? Give God a hand. That's what we need to do. Now, if y'all tell me we're talking about, how about everybody up here today? We love y'all. Thank you. Everybody come to the sun and do the song. We're going to get them out of here. Everybody put your hands together. One more time and do this thing.
we